And like I said, the weapons grade ones, not the cheap, steely ones. Did you want to get a pistol?
No, I would rather go for Crocodile Dundee style knife, but a Tanto will work.
Yeah. Well, if you want, with 3 successes, if you want to find a bigger knife, you can find a big, scary knife. They're not much. Tantos are pretty scary.
Let's see.
I didn't know if you want to go full katana because you guys are like, wow.
We're trying to be subtle, I would assume.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are trying to be subtle.
Yeah. So you guys find weapon grade knives. Rahul finds a. In fact, Rahul, you could find a ceramic knife if that makes you happy.
Actually, yes, that would make me happy.
Yeah. So you find a ceramic or polymer knife that can defeat typical metal detectors. Now that all of you who choose to be armed are armed, I mean, we do a montage where you guys ask a couple questions. You find a guy. You pay a little more than you wanted to, but not so much that you feel bad about it.
It's not necessarily illegal to have knives, is it?
It's Japan. I'm not entirely.
I guess this will be just game ruling at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure if they caught you, I'm sure if they caught the 4 of you in the bad part of town, all of you armed with
How long was the blade?
Weapons grade knives.
About 6 inches.
If it's over 15 centimeters, it requires permission from the Public Safety Commission in order to possess it at all.
Oh yeah, you guys have illegal knives.
Okay, cool.
All knives with a blade length of over 8 centimeters are prohibited from being carried under crime law.
Yeah, and Tontos are 15 centimeters minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you guys are carrying illegal knives. But they're not pistols, so you're not in felony grade. Except for Rahul, who not only has a knife that's too long, it's also invisible to detectors, which I'm sure is a separate crime. There's that one guy who goes on, makes the YouTube videos where he's making knives out of weird crap like pasta and jello.
3D printed Jello knife. Commit crimes and then watch it fade away.
Well, if anything is chemically similar to plastic or whatever, you could eventually sharpen it. All right. So now that the 4 of you are armed in a montage, what's your next plan?
I believe our friend here was going to go ahead and accept the invite as bait and go and talk to them.
Indeed.
Okay. He asks you to meet him at this public coffee house. So he asks you to meet him at this 24-hour mini mart that's over in the industrial district. Since some of you are clued into this, this is notably closer to the mysterious factory.
Is the location actually a coffee shop?
You check using Google Maps. It is.
Huh, I didn't know there was actually a open coffee shop in that district. Huh.
I said closer, but not actually there.
Right.
It's now. Do all 4 of you go there in one big mob and descend upon it, or do you do something else?
I think we should definitely split up a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Katsu is the prey here, but I think he's the only one that actually has clandestine, right? Does anyone else have clandestine or stealth?
I do.
You have clandestine?
I have clandestine and evasion.
Oh, okay, cool. Clandestine is one proc. It's the ability to blend in with a crowd and keep a low profile. You're a criminal, so you have all of those things. Yeah, most notably, King Suspicious, that was following you guys earlier, looked like he had more disguise than clandestine. So yeah, so Avery, puts on a hat and glasses and blends in with the crowd. Griffin, Arcloid's the target, so Unfortunately, I don't think either Jakai or Haraku here have any blend in with the crowd abilities, right? Just the raw evasion.
Yeah,
Why would I
nothing
be
at all.
blending in with the crowd?
Yeah. Okay, so you
No,
just
I mean
show up.
because I'm the one who's going to talk.
Oh, no, I thought the text message was showing up on...
Right, but the plan was that they were
Okay.
going to hide and observe from a distance, and I was the one who's going in to talk as the bait.
Okay.
I don't know if the plan changed when I wasn't paying attention when you guys were making weapons because I wasn't going to be armed.
I think
I misinterpreted. Okay. Well, because the person was texting to meet Katsu, so you're just going to show there and scope the place out?
No,
Okay.
They're going to be there wherever they said they were going to be, and I was going to be the one to walk in to talk. And you guys were going to be there to react if something happened.
And it is supposed to be somebody pretending to be Rahul, so... Okay. So, alright, so you'll go to that, yeah, it's like a glorified Starbucks. It's like a 24-hour mini-mart. There's a bored-looking guy running the place. You'll go there and hang out for about 15 minutes. It's pretty much you and that guy. A couple shows up, like a boy and girl couple show up, and they have a big bickering argument, and then leave. And then the place goes back to being boring with only the hum of the fluorescent lights as you wonder, who still uses fluorescent lights in this era where we have good, cheap LED lighting? And the rest of you are scoping out from a distance. I'm not going to make you guys roll for this because you guys are pretty good, because also after like 20 minutes of excruciating boredom, Katsu gets another message.
Go check it and see what it says.
It says change of plans. Can't make it to that coffee house. I think being it's like change of plans. Coffee house not safe. Meet me at this address instead. That address is the Spooky Factory.
Well, guys, what do you say?
Well, they're definitely trying to lure us into a trap.
Yes, definitely.
So I guess the only question is, do we walk into the trap like dumbasses, or what do we do?
You get a text message, hurry up, it's not safe.
Well, we're ready for trouble, guys, if you want to go and check it out.
Oh, but they are waiting for us, and we don't know how many of them there are, and they have advantage. You know what? I'm not exactly a criminal or gangster or anything like that, but this seems like the perfect time for someone to just kill us.
I'm not a criminal either. What are you talking about, criminals?
That's what I'm saying. These people who are trying to kill us are.
Well, yes, about is certain. I think we should at least scope this place out again.
Yeah. Oh, Katsu. Well, actually, his real name is Kanishiro. He'll.
Okay, my bad,
Kanishiro.
Kanishiro.
Text message, and if everybody's in agreement, he'll say he's on his way.
Yeah, and I assume you guys are all texting, so you're just sitting there sipping a coffee.
Yeah. Checking out the frozen food section.
So what's the goal then, Katsu? Are you gonna bring them out?
I want to see if this guy's actually a robot or not.
Okay, so you agree to say you'll meet him at this weird address?
Yeah.
Okay. If you four go to the other weird address, I assume that. All right. Who is your bait this time, Katsu? Are you going to be bait, or are all four of you going to sneak?
I think Katsu should be the bait because he's the one they're asking for, and because they're spoofing Rahul, we don't want him in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I'm also trying to keep my distance because I have no stealth whatsoever.
I will definitely try to be as stealthy as I can.
Okay. Team Stealth, you guys get to go ahead and make rolls of mind and evasion. Rahul, you've been here at least once before, so I'm going to go ahead and give all three of you an assist bonus of D8 because you've scoped the place out before. When you get to this part of town, this is the abandoned industrial district. Basically, this coffee, this like 24-hour mini mart or whatever, is like you can see from this place as you look out in the street the dark city block that's across the street of basically abandoned Japan. So this is like the last gasp before industrial wasteland.
All right, I'm gonna use what would be an appropriate favorite use for this in
For evasion,
urban setting.
You could choose stealth for evasion. It means you're not choosing being shot at. Except Jakai is like, wow, blundering into crap. Unless you wanted to tap your personality or force a personality, Jakai.
No.
Not going to be a hero today?
Not being stealthy is not the same as not being a hero.
Right.
And if anything happens, I'd rather have that than not have that.
Okay. So you guys split up, and stealth does apply to this, but not clandestine because there's no crowd to blend into.
Right, that's why I didn't ask. But then again, I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm the one that I want them to see.
Right.
So.
Well, Avery, who stuck in
stick
here before, finds shadows to stick to, and he's got 3 successes, and he's barely trying. 4 successes, and he's barely trying. So he becomes Avery. You are following Jakai, who is squinting in the darkness and obviously isn't used to this. Would you like to burn one of your successes and give another D8 bonus to Jakai before he blunders into a big pile of trash?
Certainly.
All right, I'm going to drop you to 3. Jakai, roll an extra D8. Okay, so I assume you blunder into a pile of trash and Rahul just like grabs it before it hits the ground. It's got to be one of those corrugated aluminum sheets that make the crap ton of noise, and of course, like Rahul will just grab it before it hits the ground and just slowly lower it down.
Yes.
How did you find so much in one garbage can?
Rahul, what's your motto?
Observe, then act.
Well, I can see this in the anime where you're sitting there watching going, man, this guy's really bad at this. I think he's going to screw it up. And, oh, crap. Yep, he just did. All right, so Jakai keeps his distance. Rahul helps him out and gets a little bit closer. Griffin, you have 1 success, plus you actually have stealth. Okay.
Yeah, I've just been here before enough to know, I suppose.
Okay, so Kenshiro, you can see Jakai. You assume your other 2 friends are around somewhere. But yeah, you will, once again, it is, there is a fence around, it's a couple of hills, and it's got the inside is a small factory complex, where there's obviously a motor pool, 2 buildings. It's in a hilly area, so it looks kind of claustrophobic at the same time. There's a fence with a camera that has a very visible light on it. You could try to climb the fence, but the instructions were, he says, meet me at the gate, whoever the imposter is.
And now we'll see.
So, Kenshiro, is that what you do?
Yes.
All right. So you'll go up to the gate, and then you'll get a text message that says, I see you here. Here, let me buzz you in. and there'll be the whoosh sound as the electric motor cues up, and the gate slowly starts to open.
Okay. That is quite suspicious, although to play along, I'm not going to ask how he did that. Although if this were a real-life situation, I definitely would have said, how the hell did you do that? You know, this place is abandoned. So I'm not, just let you know, my character would realize this is shady, but he's going to play along.
Okay. So you're just going to walk inside. Okay. Now, Rahul can tell you, you climbed the fence last time, right, to get in?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you told everybody where that spot is. So I assume you guys want to climb the fence again?
Yes.
Okay, Jakai, you only had one success on your stealth. So climbing to get in is going to be a roll of body and athletics. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Okay. The other two I'm going to let get in because they were past the stealth test already.
Yay. Because I have no athletics, so that would have ended poorly.
Like that one did. That ended poorly.
Oh, man.
This is your time to be a hero, though.
Is
you
it
want to
climbing a fence a hero's action?
Do you want to stay outside?
I do not.
Well, you could try to walk in through the front gate past the camera, unless you have some other ability to get inside that I don't know about.
Aren't you a craftsman? Could you just, like, break the fence?
I don't have tools. I mean, if you're suggesting I Hulk the fence.
Well, it is a chain link fence. You could conceivably walk along the fence, find a place that was not as secure as the other ones, and sabotage the fence to get inside.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll of speed and craft. The fence looks like it's in good condition, but is poorly maintained.
Oh, did you change maps?
I did not. I actually don't have a good map for this place.
It's one success.
Okay. I'm just asking because my screen went blank on Roll 20. That means I have to reload.
I think you have to reload. That's not me. Okay. So Jakai goes around the long way, but eventually finds a place in the fence that you pull out your multi-tool, start clipping things, and eventually get inside. A place that's away from obvious surveillance too. It's going to take you a little bit longer, but you will get inside. The dice just aren't with you today, are they?
Nope.
Unless you want to take a favorite use, sabotage.
Nah. Doesn't like something I want to do.
Yeah, repair sounds that'd be more likely your favorite use. It's Mr. Maintenance Man. Never thought I've had to repair fences before due to hooligans breaking into and hobos breaking into places. Never thought I'd actually have to use the skill myself.
There's more money in fixing stuff than there is in breaking stuff.
Past the door, there's like a little asphalt area, like a staging area where trucks can turn around. There are cracks in it with like grass coming up through it because it hasn't been that well maintained. There is a suspicious-looking truck off to your left side, but there is a smaller office building, probably about 12 paces to a side, little concrete slab, and a larger one of those multi-purpose industrial buildings. You know, you make like a 3-story structure that's basically empty on the inside, so you put machines in it.
Yeah.
You know, like a factory. That larger building looms over you, but you will see what looks like a little pen light blinking in the small detached office building. The text message says, I'm in here. Careful, I think you're being followed.
All right, he'll look at the message, not answer, because that would mean he would have to stop, and whoever was quote-unquote following him would be able to see that. So he's going to act like he's actually being followed and try to get to that building by a circuitous route.
What skills do you have useful in putting on a show?
Presence.
Presence would be perfect for this. Go ahead and make a roll of will and presence. This place is spooky because the only lights you can see are the light pollution from the neighboring places, and the shadows are pretty tall. So, plus also you are walking into what you know is a trap. And you're a criminal. Do you actually have clandestine?
Yes.
Okay, so well, you make a big show of it. All right, your followers. Rahul, you had what, 3? Well, even burning 1 success, you have 3, and Haraku, you have what, 2?
From will and presence.
The evasion roll I asked you to make earlier.
Oh, right, I had 1 from that.
Okay, all right. So Rahul, you are sticking tight, and then Griffin's behind you, and then Jakai is like, still slowly clipping through a fence. So, with the shadows and the darkness and the fact that you are a master ninja criminal, you could be following like within a few paces of Katsu, who is doing an excellent distraction.
Okay, that is very useful, yes.
Okay, so if that's what you want to do, Katsu, you walk up to the office. There is a detached door. There is a notice. This building is like 30 or 40 years old. It dates back to the 2000s, known as the Lost Decade era of Japan. So there were quite a few of these businesses were shuttered. This is some sort of relic of a bygone age. There is a slap notice that is sun faded, that mentions this place is closed. If you want to buy the place, here's Kaede Real Estate Company. This place looks like it's been abandoned for like 20, 30 years or more. The door to the office itself is ajar.
All right. Does he? I'm trying to think of what he might have in his pockets that he could use to keep the door ajar in case it closes behind him.
Your job is a hacker, right?
Yes.
So do you have craft as a skill?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you could. I'm assuming that you carry small tools. You could probably pull out a screwdriver and jam the door open.
All right. So.
But you want to do this on the sly, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you to make a roll of body, craft, and deceit. Because you don't want to see anyone do. You want to kind of do this in the sly, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you might actually like jam the screwdriver. Like you take your least favorite screwdriver, and do this. I'm assuming if you're a hacker, you carry like disposable tools in case you have to pick a lock or something.
Probably.
Not the good Leatherman. Right. Meanwhile, Jakai is there with his like fancy Leatherman going. I love this tool. Okay, so yeah, so you kind of like walk in without looking directly at it, jam this in the door would, I guess it's an office, would open outward, so you just kind of like slyly slip that in the door jam. And the office itself is dark as your nightmares. There are the windows that aren't broken glass and boarded up are either papered up or covered in grime. So the inside of this place is a black void with purple-blue rectangles. At one point, this might have been a receiving area where there might have been desks here and it might have been partitioned, but now it's just a big empty place. You can almost hear the emptiness. Your eyes squint into the darkness and you try to make a roll of mind and observation. And I don't think anybody has danger sense, so.
Is this a roll for all of us to make then?
No, just him.
Okay.
Well, actually, since Rahul is a shadow, Rahul, you could also roll minded observation. He's close enough. Hiraku, you rolled good enough on your stealth to know that if you got any closer than a dozen paces, you'd probably reveal yourself or spoil it. So you're hanging back.
I have 2 successes.
With 2 successes, even though the place is pitch dark, you guys are seasoned criminals, so you spend some time getting your eyes to adjust to the darkness. I read a lot of like goofy samurai and ninja fiction, so a lesser person might have forgotten to do that, but you guys were deliberately lollygagging and working at this. In the darkness are 2 other figures, humanoids standing there, just in the middle of the room. Without turning on any lights, the 2 figures approach Katsu, possibly with sinister purpose, as they move forward to attempt to grab him. But you guys both passed your mind observation initiative tests. Katsu, you were the closest to the 2 people closing to try and grab you. What do you do?
Well, it seems like getting back out of this building, unless are we all in it by now?
Only you went inside. Rahul is hanging around outside.
So
but he's right behind you.
So let's retreat and try to lure them out to where everybody else is.
So you take a retreating stance and leave.
Yes.
Okay, so when they move closer, you go, it's dark. I need you to make a roll of mind and athletics.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, you move to leave, but you step on a floor and you stumble and don't quite make it out the door, but you are in a retreating stance as the 2 figures move closer. Rahul, you see your friend turn around and try to leave, but fumble in the darkness.
I will ready my knife.
You do?
And I will I forgot, do we have a Overwatch stance or something like that?
We do. You can just go into Overwatch and wait outside and see if something happens.
That's what I am going to do.
Okay, remember your friend actually didn't come outside, so you just ready your knife here in the darkness. It doesn't shine. Ohira, you are some steps back. You see Rahul draw his knife and get into a state of readiness, and that's about it.
All right. So
it looks like shit's going down.
Shit looks like it's going down, so I'm going to pull out my knife and my phone, because it should have a flashlight function.
It does.
Yeah, and it seems really dark in there.
Okay, do you turn the flashlight on?
I will wait a second for that. I will wait for my friend to move first.
So you're in Overwatch. Jakai, you have successfully broken through the fence. Do you want to try and sneak closer, or do you want to try and run closer? Running would be athletics, sneaking would be evasion.
They're both equally as bad an option, so I will run.
Well, if they're both equally as bad, I would think you'd want to be stealthy. But
when they're both as equally as bad, it doesn't really matter, and I think running is probably the better option.
Alright, make a roll of speed and athletics.
There we go.
Okay, you move to catch up. You will get to the staging area that I mentioned earlier, and you can see Griffin is getting out his phone and knife, so it looks like shit's going down.
Is there a trash can anywhere?
Yes, you have you arm yourself with a trash can.
Trash can lid.
Um,
I need a shield.
why don't you make a roll of speed and craft? You find a suitable shield. While running here, you passed what looked to be like a good lid, so you grab that.
Right.
It's I guess it's corroded aluminum. Rise of bad guys. You actually didn't get out of the room, so one of the humanoid figures moves to attempt to grab Katsu. Katsu, you're in retreating stance.
Yes.
So, do you have or defensive stance? Do you have defensive dodge?
I don't think so. I have flanking D12 and extreme action on my avatar, and
So if you take extreme action does apply to you in real life. So if you take the extreme stance, you could take 3 actions, but that usually makes your defense drop to shitty levels. So when the figure gets closer to you, it's going to attempt to grab you with its hands. Do you want to dodge me using speed and evasion, or do you want to counterattack me using your knife?
I'd rather dodge, but I haven't. The sheet I made for this game is, a few versions behind. So
Right.
does retreat stance still give you a dodge D12?
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, it does. My bad. So yeah, so you can't attack, but you still get you still get the D12 bonus.
Okay, so that would be speed and evasion plus a D12.
Yep, because you were trying to leave. So you fumbled on the cardboard, and then when they come at you, you start dodging like a mofo. Okay, the second one tries to grab you. It's the same roll. So close! The two of them move closer. They don't seem to be impaired at all by the darkness.
Do they speak or grunt or utter any sounds?
You are in Overwatch mode, so no. They appear to be wearing full face masks. Either that, or they have no faces.
Oh boy.
End of the two bad guys. Rise of the good guys. Katsu, you can pass and let someone else act, or you could go first because you're the closest to hostiles.
Overwatch, turn the flashlight on. Yeah.
That's you, but you turn your flashlight on. But I was asking about Katsu first, though.
I'm gonna pass and wait and see what everybody else does first.
Rahul, you're outside. Whoever those two are approaching, they don't like I said, it's hard to tell because it's dark, but either they have no faces or full face masks. What are you going to do? You're only a few paces outside.
I was hoping that the Katsu might go outside so I can spring.
Okay, so you're gonna wait.
So yes, but it appears that Katsu is not willing to go outside.
Katsu, are you gonna leave or are you gonna stay? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shout, "You're not Rahul!" And because he's still trying to sell the bit that he didn't know that they were a trap, and then he's going to draw his knife just in case you do get closer, and then he will try to run out again. So staying in defensive stance.
Okay.
Or retreating.
Go ahead and make a roll of mind and athletics and get a bonus D8. Okay, this time you get out the door. All right, so Katsu, you're not Rahul, and Rahul, you see Katsu run outside. Are you going to remain here and Overwatch, or are you going to go inside or do something else?
I am going to wait for the two baddies to step out.
Okay.
And then when they step out, because I expect them to do so in pursuit,
So
I will
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will definitely try to stop one of.
Okay, so you press yourself against the wall and go into Overwatch so you can interrupt. Okay.
Yes.
Jakai, you see Griffin has turned on his phone to get a flashlight out, and you have a shield.
Do I have any idea what's going on?
You hear, "You're not Rahul," and see Katsu run out of the office.
What's around here?
Well, like I said, it's a factory, so abandoned. There's lots of scraps and garbage. There is that truck sitting over there by the motor pool.
I was going to ask if there was a vehicle. Yeah, I'll go run towards the vehicle.
Okay, go ahead, and it's dark, so go ahead and make a roll of mind in athletics. Don't trip over any garbage.
I trip over some garbage.
Ah! It's not your
Nice.
day, is it? Alright, you fumble in the darkness.
It's okay, I'll shine you up. Here, see where you're going now.
Okay, Rise of Bad Guys. A figure comes out of the darkness. At first, it looks like someone is just throwing a store mannequin out the doorway, except it's walking. It looks like a lot of plastic joined by exposed servo motors. It looks kind of like a robot. It's mostly smooth. It's not. What is kind of weird is that it's wearing gloves. It's wearing gloves and it has sneakers on. But other than that, it has no clothes at all. The face itself is a smooth sphere. It's a sphere, but it's interrupted with several like holes in it that look like places that you might screw attachments into or something like that. And in the very center of where its face should be is the weird plastic is interrupted by one of those clear black, not clear, but opaque black depressions that you see in security monitors a lot. You will see this in the space of a second as the figure runs through the door. Does someone want to interrupt the figure as it runs through the doorway?
Oh boy, do we.
Well, I'm thinking of Rahul as an Overwatch.
Well, you ended up skipping over my actual action, so I just assume I'm in Overwatch now.
Did you want to move closer?
Well, I guess I'm in Overwatch now, which is the sensible thing to do, because no one rushed in.
I apologize for skipping your action. What did you want to do?
I will go ahead and Overwatch now, because
Okay.
everyone left. I was going to rush in.
Okay, my bad. I apologize. I thought
It's all
you
cool.
wanted to hang back. Okay, well, when the guy runs out, Rahul, what do you do? Grapple it? Stab it?
Should I use the Wakizashi or Tanto's template for this knife?
Ooh, wow. Do we actually have rules for Wakisashis, don't
Yes, we
Do
do.
we?
I'm assuming you wanted a concealable knife, so I'm assuming you're using a Tanto.
Okay, no problem.
Because a Wakizashi would not be concealable.
Yes, that's true. I will definitely stab this thing.
Okay. When it runs outside, you are surprising me, so I will attempt to evade you. I move very quickly for a featureless robot. I am reminded I need to buff the mundane weapons list. I have way too many.
Oh, is there even a mundane's weapon list?
Yeah, I don't think it has anything on it, so I guess not.
Yeah. I'm just looking at like the Virgile Tonto and the VR advanced weapons right now.
Yeah, I need to buff that a little bit, but he already found it. We'll use that. That works for me. Normally, I could claim the only way I could beat that is if I had any cover, and I ran outside into an ambush. So no, I don't have any cover. You will stab me for 1 success.
That is damage free.
All right. So when run outside, you will stab. You will feel the knife go into plastic, and you will stagger the robot guy, who will fumble weirdly on its gyroscopic legs. You ever seen those robots, the dog-like robots? When they kick them, they stumble and then bounce back up.
Yes.
Yeah, so it flails like crazy. You did some cosmetic damage to it. You think that maybe if you hit it again, it might go down. So it taps one of its soaks.
Alright, so as he comes from one angle, I come from the other then.
Suddenly Griffin jumps out. Ha! And
Aha!
you're gonna try and stab it?
Yes, and I'm better at teamwork than stabbing.
You are. It is flanked.
So, but I do only get a 6, so let's see if that hits at all.
It does.
It does, so that's just gonna be damage 3 then.
That takes me out. So he stabs it, and you feel this pierce and hit something. Like you hear, well, first Rahul stabs it. You feel like you hit something important, and then it comes back out, going, "Huh?" And then something, "Ah!" Armed with my phone, Griffin
Revenge of the nerd.
Griffin goes up and stabs it in the back of the neck and twists his knife. Something plastic snaps, and it's kind of like a bungee support in the center of the mannequin itself just like unravels, and it collapses like a puppet. The second figure comes outside. It looks almost identical to the first.
Surprise, surprise.
The first thing you notice when it comes outside is, and once again, the heads themselves, they're not skull-shaped. The heads are a sphere, but then there's like hollow bolts, like places you could screw stuff into to attach where a jaw might actually go, but it doesn't have one.
Oh god.
And when it steps outside, once again, it's wearing a worker glove, but the first thing you notice with the worker glove is its forearm suddenly jets out a bone spike that comes right through the glove. And the next thing you notice is it's trying to embed that spike in Rahul. Think fast!
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jay.
Would you like to evade using speed evasion, or would you like to counterattack me using the knife?
I will evade.
All right.
What luck.
Well, can you roll a 3 or better? As it stumbles forward awkwardly on the collapsed remains of its friend.
I can roll much better than roll.
You think it may have been trying to attack you? We're not entirely clear on this. As it flails around. That is the end of bad guys. Rise of good guys. Jakai, I know you're not closest to the hostiles. Are you still trying to get to the truck?
Yeah.
Make a roll of mind, athletics, and a bonus D8 this time.
Mind athletics?
It's dark.
Okay.
So it's your observation is playing into it.
Well, I have observation.
You know what? Go ahead and roll your observation. And the bonus D8. Meanwhile, okay, Rahul, you are the closest to a hostile.
I will definitely stab at it.
Okay, it's going to attempt to counterattack you. So we will roll off as it stabs at you. Uh-oh.
This time I am rolling quite bad, but I will throw in my personality.
Say your motto out loud.
Observe and act.
Well, earlier when the spike came out and jumped at you, you like, I guess you stare at it, and then as it comes at you, wait, have to do that close up on your eyes and narrow the focus, where you know, like, can't let it faint me. Go ahead and roll a second time, adding all of your successes from the first roll, which would be none.
Well, at least I have something.
The mannequins move in a curious fashion, where they pause and then suddenly move in extending rapidly in a jerking motion. A lesser person would have been fooled, but not you. You managed, and that was a counterattack. So was that an evade or a stab?
Just stab.
Okay, then you stab it in the arm for 3 points of damage. It is a glancing blow.
Okay.
So all you know, but you didn't get stabbed, so hooray. Jakai, you have 2 successes. You will get to the truck. This is an old gasoline-powered truck with a key ignition system. This truck looks like it's 30 or 40 years old. It looks old but maintained, so it looks drivable.
Okay.
The door isn't locked, but the ignition key is not here.
Can I hotwire?
And next turn, you could try to start hot wiring the car. Not something you've ever done, but I believe you've got lots of mind and craft, don't you?
I have lots of craft. I don't know. I was actually hoping mechanics might come into play.
Mechanics would give you a. You know what? Instead of hot wiring it, you pop the hood and try to manually start the engine by messing with the distributor cap. That will give you a mechanics bonus.
Right.
Like when you get closer and see it's a gas-powered car, you decide to pop the hood, which works, and you start crossing wires there. So I'll give you the bonus there, but that'll be next turn.
Right.
All right, so Rahul stabbed at it and missed. Here, you're the next closest.
Rahul?
No, that's you, Griffin.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You said Rahul, so...
Oh, my bad. I thought I said Ohira. I apologize.
Okay. Well, you know, I am the closest to danger. I do still have a friend here, and I can still try stabbing them in the back of the neck because they're just ignoring poor little nerd me.
I'm not wearing any clothes. I will turn 180 degrees on my spine and stab at your face.
Oh, he's trying to counter me, is he?
He is, but all that video game practice is going to pay off today. Because I believe you have flanking D12, right?
Yes, indeed. It turns out having a friend working with me works great in all situations.
You will stab and cut open part of its chest. It is a plastic coating with resist weave Kevlar, and then inside it are plastic and motors, which you will reveal. So congratulations, I'll tap my cosmetic soak. Oh no, I can't disguise myself.
Well, I guess the gun would have been a bad idea given all this Kevlar.
Okay, Katsu, you
I guess
were
I will also...
Yeah,
Oh, never mind. This is stances, not the other games.
Yeah, this is stances. So, Katsu, you were running away. You see your friends beating up a robot, and Jakai has wandered off to a truck.
All right. I forget. This game doesn't have anything like True Leader, and rallying somebody just gives them focus?
You can rally someone to put them in the Overwatch. You can rally to give someone focus. You can actually do that. I believe, does that require 2 or 3 successes? I think it requires.
I only ask because I know it's that way in Urban Jungle, and
Yeah. I think for this game we are using the menu system. So I think hold on, I have way too many windows open. I just wanted to say that. Did I close this one? I might be what's known as an idiot. If you can score 3 successes, you can add focus. And one of the things I mentioned is there's supposed to be a proc in the game called rallying that gives you a free success on any rally roll. And I don't think we've actually given you that proc yet, have we?
No.
Okay, so you'd have to roll your will and tactics and get 3 successes to add focus to somebody, which I think is a tall order in this version of the game at present.
Yeah, I only have 2 dice in it.
Yeah, so we have to, if we gave you the rallying proc, you'd be able to do it. So that's on my list. Sorry about that.
That's fine. You can get now. It's now fresh in your mind, but let's see. I'm gonna go into extreme stance.
Yeah.
The knife is drawn, so I'm going to try to get Kanishiro closer to the surviving robot,
Yeah.
and I will try to attack using my tactics because that's all I've got.
Okay, I will attempt to counterattack you. So you can go ahead and roll your body, speed, and fighting. You also get all of your tactics dice, and if you have flanking, you get a bonus d12.
You are in roughly the same boat as I am, by the way, just so you know.
So all 3 of you start beating up on this poor robot.
We don't know how to use our weapons, but we know how to gang up on you.
Whew! If you were a slower person, you would have gotten stabbed.
Yep.
You will stab it, and it turns its weird faceless head to look at you with a little glowing eye, and you'll stab it again. Why won't you go down? And I know you have extreme stance, which would give you multiple attacks, but this stab is actually going to knock it down.
All right.
It's going to fall down and twitch, and then you kick it, it stops twitching. I think that's all 3 of you. I think you've defeated this robot.
Ooh, yeah.
So what now? Do we go and raid the dungeon?
Well, I've got a little more interesting information because Jakai, you're sitting there trying to gravity start the engine. Go ahead and make a roll of speed, mind, and craft. This requires at least 2 successes, because if anyone could pop the hood and start a car.
Well, I have one already for mechanics, but I have nothing else
Do
showing.
you need help?
Well, jury rigging? Would you say jury rigging would be a favorite use?
Well, that's why I would just give you sabotage, which is the sabotage is the ability to circumvent systems. Sabotage would apply to.
All right. Well, for this, I guess I'll take that.
All right. Never thought I'd become a criminal.
Well, I didn't. So I didn't become a criminal.
All right. I need you to make a roll of speed evasion.
All right. Tie.
Okay. You duck your head down just in time to hear a thunk noise. You will look up at the hood of the truck engine assembly, and you will see that there is something sharp embedded in it, like a crossbow bolt. Someone shot at you.
The hell? Who fires a crossbow?
And if it had only been a few centimeters to the left, it might have hit you.
Well, I'm gonna see about trying to get this truck jump started faster then.
I believe Rahul is approaching and saying, "Hey, do you need some help?"
You definitely need some help now.
If Rahul wants, that's going to be a roll of mine. And actually, you have both stealth and clandestine, right?
I do, and I have plenty of craft. Well, plenty.
Okay.
Too.
So I'm not going to make you roll to get to the car because you can claim clandestine and stealth successes to move around the darkness and unseen. You will get there. Once you get there, go ahead and make that roll of speed and craft to assist. What about the other two guys? Ohira and Katsu, you're next to two dead robots.
We gotta take this with us.
What is your body score, Ohira?
D6.
Well, that's average.
Yo.
And Katsu, what's your body?
D4.
Okay, so you are weak and small, but Ohira is average sized. You could conceivably carry one of the robots. They're surprisingly heavy.
Alright, so that's gonna be our plan. Try to get it over to the car.
So you're just gonna grab one of the robots and try to drag it off?
Yes.
Okay, the two of you working together?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you guys make a roll of body and athletics? If you had EMT, I'd give you a bonus, but none of you have that.
All I have is nerd strength. Let's see if it pays off.
Okay, Jakai,
I could tap personality here just to drag it along.
what's your motto? Say your motto out loud.
What am I doing here?
Go ahead and re-roll all your dice. There we go.
Oh, re-roll all dice. I'm sorry, I just added in a d12 instinctively.
Yeah, no, in these rules, it's re-roll all your dice and all the successes in the first roll add to the second.
Alright, so I'm just rolling a d6 then.
Yep. It's both better and worse.
There we go. Hey, I at least got the success.
Okay, and Katsu is just pretending.
Yeah, his face is turning red.
I reevaluate my life choices for a moment.
Okay, so yeah, Rahul runs over and says, no, it's an old gas model. You gotta cross the wires in the battery cap. And now suddenly Jakai gets to roll bonus D8.
It's a good day.
Tef, who did you piss off?
I don't know.
Just not your day.
It's 1 through 3s over here.
I need Jakai and Rahul to roll their speed evasion.
Another 3.
Okay. Rahul, I'm assuming that you have your head down or claiming cover from the truck. You will hear another crossbow bolt hit the truck. Jakai, you will feel a stinging sensation and then discover that you've been shot.
By a crossbow?
By a crossbow bolt. I need you to go ahead and roll your body and endurance. It is a 2-point hit. Oh, wait. Actually, I have 2 successes. That's a 3-point hit.
I have 2 successes, which is
you have
plain clothes. Is that a soak too?
Yep. So you've got 1 success left, 1 point of damage left. You have to soak it. What do you have to tap?
Wait, what? No, I just said something out loud and you agreed with me, and then you changed it back.
Right, I agree that you could roll. Your dice are good.
No, I said plain clothes is 2 successes, soak 2. You said yes.
Okay, I guess I apologize for saying yes. I'm not quite understanding. You get to roll your body and endurance.
I did. No, I'm saying I rolled 2 successes on plain clothes. The table or menu, whatever we're saying it's called, isn't that soak 2? I'm asking that question. Yeah. Well, if it's 2 damage, then I've soaked it all.
I apologize. I actually have a 5 and a 4, so I actually scored a 3-point hit on you. So I actually did 3 points of damage. My bad. I forgot I rolled that good, and you rolled that badly. So there is 1 point left.
On my shirt, it says hashtag Uradoc. Does that count?
No. None of the video game stuff applies in the real world.
Even if it says it on my shirt? I will, Frenzy Soak? Does that count?
You can tap Frenzy Soak. You curse up a storm. You find the guy who shot you. Son of a bitch! Yeah, so you curse as you're shot. These crossbow bolts are long and slender, and insult to injury, they're barbed.
Oh, that's fine. You just push them through, snap them off in the middle.
It's steel all the way through.
It's gonna hurt, but it's what you gotta do.
Right. So you've been shot. Okay, that is the end of bad guys. The shots are coming from somewhere in the factory building itself. It is pitch dark, and whoever is shooting at you doesn't need to see. Do you want to keep trying to jump the car?
Yes.
All right. Rahul, are you going to help?
Yes, I am going to help because I hope that it will turn on the car's lights.
Okay. Rahul, don't bother rolling. I'll let you rote this. That gives a bonus D8 to Jakai.
Three, 4 successes.
With that, I'll actually let you manually turn on the headlights too, if you want to.
Sure.
The headlights shine against the wall, not inside the sinister 3-story building where the shots seem to be coming from. Okay, you two have started the car. It's brighter now, so Hira and Katsu, you guys, what do you want to do? Approach, run away, shoot your friends in the back?
I think we were dragging the body along. If it's already in the car, then
Well, this is a truck. Do you want to open the back of the truck and throw it inside?
Yes.
Okay. I would like both of you guys to make a roll of speed and athletics.
Speed and athletics. Here's my 3.
You guys fumble with the back of the truck, like the nerds you are.
Why is it so heavy?
I got the latch. It's not moving. You have to pull it towards you and then lift up. It's a safety feature. But this is latch. Hey, let me do this. So much for career criminals. Okay. Well, everybody gets to make rolls of speed evasion.
Oh boy, I'm just as good at that as I was at opening the back of this thing.
I got a 1.
Avery is missed. Wow.
I think that we will have to abandon this quest and drive Susano to ER.
I thought you were gonna say we're gonna have to get Hiraku a new friend.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use.
Because there's two guys fumbling with the back of the truck, we're going to prioritize them. So I have a Griffin. You are shot square in the chest for 3 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and roll your body. What plainclothes is what? Body and endurance?
Yes, just body endurance, but I do actually have some endurance because playing video games makes me tougher.
And we also shot Katsu. Katsu, you will take a 2-point hit to the chest.
Well, I was about to say I wanted to try to use my force of personality because doing it their way is not much fun.
You may reroll all your dice.
Alright, so you said how much damage to?
You actually took a 3-point hit.
3-point hit. So in order to reduce it to 0, I will have to panic.
Ah! I've been shot!
This is terrible. Why?
And even though Jakai rolled a 1, we are shooting the two guys in the back. So, we don't shoot you this round. Okay, the car is started, but the body is not loaded. Or the truck is started, but do you want to try and get in the truck and drive away? Do you want to run away?
I want to get into the truck and drive it, but not away. I want to try and drive it through the building.
This truck is not going to go through that concrete wall.
doesn't have a door? So they're shooting from somewhere. I assumed it had some sort of like the rolling door that goes up and down.
The 3-story factory part, maybe. Why don't you make a roll of speed and transport?
I do have transport.
Okay. So you get in the car. Your shoulder burns.
You know, if it helps, can I throw in personality?
Didn't you already do that?
I never have. No, I've not used anything on any roll.
So you have 2 successes to pull the truck backwards. Is anybody before you roll a second time, I should ask Rahul, are you running off in the darkness or are you also getting in the truck? Or doing something else?
I'm going to shout, get this truck turned around and basically sprint towards where the shots are coming from, trying to be at least harder target by zigzagging.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and make a roll, since you're shouting and being but also evasive, why don't you make a roll of will and evasion? Nerd Patrol, who are in the back of the truck, the truck's going to back up and probably run over you guys. Do you want to try and jump onto the truck dramatically using all that great athletic skill that you guys have? Or are you going to run for cover?
I am running for cover because I am panicking.
Those of you who are running for cover may make rolls of speed, athletics, and evasion. Okay, and so you are solo in the truck, Jakai. You back up, and there's a squeal of tires. And what was your motto again?
Oh, what a hero you found in me.
I'll go ahead and tap the personality, roll a second time, adding all the successes of the second roll to the first.
I believe I just got run over.
No, he's got 4 successes. Jakai, did you want to run him over?
I could use a better class of friend. No, I don't want to run him over.
Okay, Jakai, you will get bumped by the truck and take a 2-point hit. So I'd like you to go ahead and soak that.
You mean?
Oh, sorry, Griffin. Ohira. It's like you jump out of the way and hit your head and dive over and hit your head on something on the concrete. Go ahead and try to roll body and endurance to soak that. Unfortunately, in the real world, you can't use level soaks.
Oh, I have to avoid the damage here? Okay.
You have to avoid the damage here. You rolled 1.
Yup. Alright. I will probably get knocked out by this.
Oh, and there'll be a crunching noise as you back over the freaking robots. You have 1 point left you need to soak. Do you have anything you can soak it with?
Nope. I only had panic and levels.
You pass out.
At least I'm pretty sure I only have that.
Right.
Yep, I got panic and 5 levels. And I used my personality, so I'm passed out.
Alright, so you and get knocked out. Meanwhile, your 2 other friends run for cover. You move in, squeal, and then drive up. There is a locked gate, but you have 4 successes and a truck. You don't actually have trucking, right?
I have transport.
Right, but
I don't have I don't have any procs related to trucking. No.
You will crash through the gate. Inside, there is on the factory floor, because you guys have ever seen like factories, they're usually just slabs of concrete and they have machines. There is a strange machine here that after you drive through the gate, you can then crash into the machine. Whatever it is, it's full of mannequin body parts. Would you like to smash into the machine?
Yeah, ram it. I was going to say ram it at any point, yeah.
You drive forward and ram it. There's a crunching noise as headlights go out. Body parts fly everywhere, and it is 1:20. I think this is an excellent cliffhanger to end this part of the adventure on.
Yep, I got run over. You just broke into a factory with a truck. You're a crossbow assassin somewhere around here.
You're unconscious. You've found a secret robot factory. And crashed into it. And there's also going to be guys on the 3rd story with their weird crossbows are going to have something to say about this. But I think that's a good place to call it. Jakai, I believe your motto is, what a hero you found in me.
Yep.
So I believe that's a point for you. Hero, what are you doing here? That's a point for you.
Yep, indeed.
Katsu, what was your motto again?
Doing it their way is not as much fun.
Nope, so that's a point for you. And Rahul, you definitely have been observing and acting, so that's a point for you.
Right.
We've already been doing the debriefing before this game and during it, so that's a second experience point for both of you, so that's 2 points of experience for both of you. I have to overhaul the rules and make sure that we add rallying for support classes, so that's going to help Katsu out a lot. And I have a lot of work ahead of me, so thanks everybody for boosting Vital Hearts. We're rolling art assets in. It's looking like a game, people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
running, Ralph.
Not a problem. I've got some preparation stuff I have to do. I've stepped away from the computer for a bit. But thanks, everybody, and thank you for your patience in these. May I offer you an egg in these trying times?